So I think that's on. So yes, welcome to Let's All Lighten Up with Paul Richards, the podcast. And I'm joined today by Wills and Vere. Is that how you go under? Willis and Vere. Sorry, okay, that's Willis and Vere.
Often people forget Adam's name.
Yes.
And lots of people come up to us and remember my full name and don't know who Adam is.
Yeah.
Which I find hilarious.
I do a lot of work behind the scenes, a lot of the sort of important drudgery work.
No, you don't.
Left behind.
You don't do anything. You eat crisps. Anyway,
it's good. So, thank you so much for joining us. So how's your show going so far? Just general chit chat to start with.
I've had a great time. I know this is all about happiness and positivity.
Yes,
I've genuinely had a really great time this year.
Yeah.
We're very early on. It's only our fourth show today. But I've had a wonderful time.
Yeah, it's been a good.
Yeah. So, I mean, is there anything that's really annoyed you that you like? Because I sort of mentioned it a few times already in this show that I get annoyed by people, just generally audiences and stuff like that. Is there a way in which you get annoyed by stuff and work out a way of dealing with it?
I think generally we have a lot of contempt for our audiences, as well as companies that are lower down than us. I think as a company...
Adam is joking. Adam is telling a joke. But on a very serious note, what I dislike is... what's annoying me this year is people not flying their own show. Like people with high, like
the
Out of
orange
Town Scotland
ones.
And flying other people's shows. I find that really annoying. Does that not annoy you?
I know what you mean, but I also, again, I'm hoping one day I don't have to fly.
No, I'm hoping, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
So now it's annoying. Later on, I'll be doing it.
On the walk down here, you were saying that there's people flying your show. Obviously, you're flying your own show as well.
Yeah.
But I see you feel uncomfortable with that, or?
I quite like it when someone's talking about their own show and they go, "Oh, this is on today," and you get to talk to them about it. It feels like, to me, that's what the Fringe is about.
And I think the thing I've always liked about Edinburgh is it feels like you can walk up and talk to anyone because everyone's got some sort of thing they're trying to push somewhere.
Although, a few years ago, we saw Stuart Lee walking past, and my friend Jono is a massive fan. He was reading his book, and his book was in the bag. So we saw Stuart Lee, he got the book out, and he went, "Do you mind signing this book?" And Stuart Lee said no, and laughed and walked off. And I laughed my head off. I thought that was so funny. So you could sort of go and talk to anyone, unless they're much more famous than you.
Yes.
Then you can't.
Yeah.
A few years back, I gave Tim Vine a flyer, and he accepted it, which is nice. Then the next day, I gave him a flyer again, and then the third day in a row, I just must have been staying near his flat. I don't know. And he has not in a weirdo sort of way, but then he just got one, thanks, Paul, and he knew my name. And
well, there we go. That's
lovely.
it, isn't it?
That's it. You kind of made it as a flyer.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's going to be it's a weird microphone. So it's going to be it's my massive hand. So
I like it.
Again, you do have large hands.
I do. I've got half a beer here. So my massive hand. That's just abnormal, isn't it?
Mean?
It's probably an illness, but I don't know. So it's going to be a long Fringe. Not to say I'm sure you can have a lovely time, but I mean, how do you survive the Fringe? I mean, do you said yourself that you don't drink, are you a drinker?
And the way I'm surviving this drink is by drinking.
Drinking an awful lot.
Yeah, to sort of, numb any of the...
I've got one. Thanks, mate. Hello.
Hey.
This is the next guest on here, actually. That's Frizz.
I'll be back in a bit. That's foreshadowing. Like Arrested Development.
Sorry, mate. This is our. Honey and lemon.
Honey and lemon.
That at the moment is being a godsend. That, and I think
look after yourself as well.
Sitting down.
I mean, everyone's having, because there's a point sometimes during the Fringe where you're thinking, okay, maybe career-wise this isn't developing as the way I perhaps want it to be. So you were my audience earlier.
Which is a very good show, by the way. Come along to Paul's show at 12 o'clock. It was really fun.
If you can find the venue, thank you. So if there's a point where you're thinking, okay, maybe career-wise, personally, it isn't quite going to plan. Just treat it like a holiday, fuck it. And so, do you kind of do you have that feeling? So then you kind of let yourself go a little bit and enjoy it more, and then start taking focus on the shows. Or?
I already feel like this year I've tried to enjoy the whole experience a bit more than last year. It's difficult when when you have to sell tickets, when you're being told you have to sell tickets. But but still, I mean, again, it's like no one cares about your show as much as you do.
Yeah,
and I think that's really important to know, and not in a bad way, but it's really important to know. And then so really, you have to enjoy it as much as you can.
Yeah.
I mean,
sorry. I think that the thing that we've done a lot of this year is we've made a lot of new friends.
Yeah.
And contacts. We've been quite
Not like people on the
active.
street, other like comedians and stuff.
Important.
With the eventual gain that it benefits us in some way.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. So we spoke earlier about your show last night, your jazz show, which was I mean I think it's worth telling the story of what happened last night to our lovely.
So we're doing a sort of a nice jazz themed interview with comedians about comedy and about how the Fringe is going and that, and it's supposed to be a very relaxed and sort of sensitive hour. And on our opening night, we had a stag party come down.
It must have been about 15, 16 people.
Wow.
Of which the stag was not wearing any underwear.
And a kilt.
And repeatedly showed us his genitals.
Which is difficult when you're trying to conduct an interview, a light-hearted interview. Yeah. It's difficult when you are sitting in the front row and faced with
And
that.
I felt quite bitter about felt bitter about how often the conversation was brought back to his genitals.
Yeah, it was. But you can't. It's like the elephant in the room. You can't.
The elephant in the room, like a little elephant.
A baby elephant in the room,
Yeah. And they kept asking us to shove a Barocca up his arse.
which we didn't want to do.
No, it's your show, isn't it? You can't meet the audience demands.
In the end, we did, but it's only because we bowed to audience pressure.
Yeah. So say, I mean, you've been doing the Fringe for a few years now, and say that was
Actually, only our third year.
Only your third year. I feel like I've known you since
the beginning.
Since your third year.
We
Okay.
saw you, I believe, in when we were both at the
George.
Yeah.
George. Is that still
Now
a venue?
doesn't exist.
Does it exist? Okay, that's what it is.
Good.
But yeah,
It's leaked from the ceiling. It was
I know the
top of
buckets,
Crowgate,
the money
wasn't
buckets. Yes,
it?
yeah.
And it now
the
doesn't
buzzing.
exist.
Okay.
It's all boarded up now.
It was kind of what's during the show, so
I feel like I'm eating all the crew.
But say it was your very first ever Fringe last night, and that was your first ever show at the Fringe, and you had the man with his bollocks out the whole time. How would you have felt about that? Would you
I'd have given up. I think I'd have
think I would.
packed
So
in.
your 3 years of experience have really.
Well, yeah, it's sort of like it's as much as you want your show to be really slick and go absolutely perfectly, it probably isn't going to happen. It's the Fringe, especially late at night. People have some drinks and blah blah blah, all that stuff. So I think you just have to sort of. I think whatever happens, you have to take it like with a pinch of salt and know that you've got another 20 odd performances.
And I think the mistake I would have made straight off the bat is I would have thought, oh dear God, I hope an audience comes in. I hope I have a big audience.
Yeah.
And we did have a big audience, and it was awful.
Yeah.
And I'd rather we'd have had two or so people. Yeah.
Yeah, like today, it was lovely. You guys were a lovely audience.
Exactly.
So last night you seemed quite relaxed about how last night went still, and it was nice. So let's go back to the happiness thing again. And I guess you can get a joke out of this now. You can get material out of it.
And I think
I had fun.
Yeah, and I think neither of us have done that sort of interview situation, or like stand up. We're not normally that front faced with the audience.
Yeah.
It felt a little bit of a trial by fire.
Yeah,
and I think
sure.
it's taken some of the fear out of having to do something like that we've you think like how could it get much worse than having to shove a Barocca.
So I guess you find happiness in the victory. Is that kind of that you got through it last night?
Yeah.
And kind of, yeah. And,
Willis and Vere still undefeated.
but your other show's going great as well, yeah. And
It's going alright, but we'd still like more people to come. So please come.
We're near the end of our time. So do you want to quickly plug your shows as well as much as you want to, because this will go out in week 2. So
here's Starship Osiris.
Comedy sci-fi thing, but it is better than it looks.
really nice flyer. Actually.
Thank you. And on the back, very small.
GSM.
On the back, very small, is our free Fringe show, which is us interviewing different comedians every day. Where we've got check the website willisandvere.com/after hours. We've got like
these are our awards.
Trevor Locke, a man, Sleeping Trees tonight. We've got loads on the website.
You got Jenny Collier.
Jenny Collier,
yeah, she's a guest on this soon, so she's awesome.
She's very funny,
And I think that's probably about right. So thank you so much for your time. It's always cheers, and thank you for being in the audience, Annie. That was very good. Cheers.
Being the audience.
Being the apart from those 2 people who walked in looking for the the venue upstairs, but outside it. So we're here now with Andy Quirk. Feels like we've met already. So Andy, how's your show going?
My show is going very well. My show is going down at Black Market 2. I got a 6:25 solo show, and it's been really busy. And I've noticed that I'm getting a lot of younger audience in. There's been a lot of teenagers who appear to be turning up while their parents are seeing something else, attracted to the rap element. But then a lot of older people too are just intrigued by what on earth is going on.
Of course.
So it's a really broad audience, unified by the fact that there's no swearing. I guess that's the thing that probably links them together.
It's under 18s venue as well.
Open I think is until 8 PM. You can be under 18 in that venue.
So the rap thing, and so obviously you're not kind of generic rap, shall we say, because it's comedy rap. So if the youngsters turn up, maybe expecting a different sort of rap, not a school teacher.
I don't know that.
But how do they react to that? Are they?
It's really hard to read a teenage audience because they kind of stare at you and they clap and they smile, but they're actually less out there than older people who just go for it. They were just like shouting and screaming and waving their hands and doing the hand claps and whatever they need to do. Whereas the kids tend to be a bit like, a bit too embarrassed to do anything.
They're too scared to show any emotions. But
they're all very keen, and I've seen things like my YouTube hits have gone up significantly.
Wow, okay.
So that's good. But if they stick a £1 in the bucket, I'm amazed because a 15-year-old putting a £1 in is probably quite meaningful.
So they're sweet money or I don't know what they take these days.
Get rid of you money, giving them to their parents while they go off and watch something highbrow. Go to a free Fringe show, have some change, see what happens.
And your other show, Tight Tens, is a compilation show.
It is a compilation show. That's the one at 1:45, also in room 2 at Black Market, and that's been really good. Like today, it was really nice to see people returning who've been on Tuesday and they'd really enjoyed the show, and they knew I do different acts every day, so they came back, they brought friends. That's been solidly busy, that room, every day of the Fringe. So it's becoming, I'd like to think, a bit established in terms of stuff you can go and look at.
It's a really nice venue, isn't it? I saw a friend there the other day, and I didn't think it would work as a venue, I must admit, when I heard that it was being built just before the festival and all that stuff, but it feels like a real Fringe venue. It's a good size as well, isn't it? And
I think it is, like a real Fringe venue in the sense that on Friday I was in there with various people, like putting black card all over the windows, trying to find out where the chairs were, hiding the sink behind a curtain. I brought a little light, and some other people brought some little lamps, and so now we have a real weird kind of club feel, but it's in what is clearly an office. That is the. And we took away the stage because it put my head too close to the ceiling. So we took that away, and for a little room that was, it's supposed to hold 40. It's got 30 chairs, but I did have a day where at Tight Tens I had 45. They were all over the place, like down the sides, on the floor, on the front. It was really nice, but don't tell the fire officer. But it was fine.
No. So we could. I don't think he'll be watching this. So this is day 6 so far.
That sounds about right.
Right. So let's just turn more into how to survive the Fringe. This whole show now, rather than before it's just like finding happy stuff. But actually, it's how do we? Because it is excessive, isn't it? There's a lot of temptation, should we say, out there as well. There's a lot of. Exactly. And
3:30.
3:30. I know that's classic. Wow. Any tips at all for anyone, or you to enjoy it?
I think because I was up here last year, but that was only as part of a 3-man show. I did a lot of little spots around the place as well. I think I totaled about 50 gigs that run, and now I'm probably doing more than that this time because I'm doing 2 shows. I think the key is I take a day off every week, so it was really nice, even after only like a few days on, like Wednesday off yesterday, actually go and see some shows, pay attention to my friends who've actually come to see me, and like family up to support, actually spend some time with them. Eat well, don't just eat chips.
Or the pizza van on the corner. It's just too tempting, isn't it? It's just everywhere I go, that pizza van is there, and so it's.
I think it's called Tatty's, the potato shop round the corner. Highly recommended. Very, very cheap. Very, very nice.
Very healthy as well.
They say, do you want a wee one or a big one? Say wee, because the big one's the size of a plate. So it's been really good, and I think that's how you do it. You get some sleep occasionally, but you do also go out, obviously.
And on your day off, are you tempted to get away from the Fringe for a day, or are you? Or you say go see other shows, but do you feel it's quite intense, isn't it? Do you just go out of not the city, but do you go and be a tourist for a bit, or do you? At this stage, is it because it's week one, you're still excited by it, I guess?
Yeah,
but,
I think by next Wednesday, my girlfriend and I will probably go out of town because do a bit of the countryside. But this time, it's her first time at the Fringe.
Sure.
The day before we started the show, she decided she wanted to be my backing dancer.
Okay,
so we had last-minute rehearsals, and now she's part of the show.
Yeah.
So. Well, she's never done the Fringe before, so Wednesday was the day where I went and looked at loads of shows.
Yeah.
She knows about many of the acts because my show's in London. She's watched those, so she knows some of the people who we've gone off to watch at the Free Fringe.
Yeah.
So at the moment it's great just doing Edinburgh, but I think we will escape once in a while as well to just get some air. You know?
So say when your show sounds like 2 shows a day going very, very well, all the guest spots and all that stuff as well.
Yeah.
There's going to be a point where you are going to be knackered. I don't know if you are knackered at the moment. I know a few of us are, but no, I'm just getting into it myself. I feel like I'm actually just hitting my stride now finally after sort of 5 or 6 days. I was knackered at first, and it takes a few days to get into the swing of it, doesn't it, I guess. But do you have a safe place that you go to, like a cafe? Maybe it's Tatty's, is that the place you mentioned? Or,
It could be Tatty's.
So I've worked out, I go to my car's dumped about half a mile on the road, and I go and sit in it for half an hour every day and look at my reflection and go, oh dear. But mostly just calm down a little bit. Do you have anywhere like that? Or?
I don't suppose as yet. I might develop one apart from the potato shop. But I know that Black Market is a lovely venue, but it's like a nightclub in there, and it serves fried food. So it's not
awesome.
a place
Food
to.
is amazing.
It's
isn't
great,
it?
but it's kind of smelly and noisy the entire time,
Yeah.
and that's great. But you don't want to sit in it on your laptop, so you
sure.
go and find somewhere else. So I find various places, but. At the moment I don't need one. I'm not that far out, I suppose. The flat which we're staying in, me and Andy Onions.
You're just
sharing.
there.
So enough, Andy.
It's all about you, Andy.
It's a really nice flat. We've locked out there. It's clean and tidy, and it's not like the one we shared last year, which was basically falling down. Although it did have a garden. So this one's more secure. It has an actual lock on the door, which is nice. It's quite nice there. It's quiet. So when you do go there, you're
actually
bothered.
stopping for a second because then the other night I felt the need for some peace and quiet. So I went to Waverley and I thought I'll just because the bar downstairs is really quiet, the shows upstairs are quite loud. So I thought I'll reply to some emails. I'll have a pint. I was calm down, all that stuff. And then Chris O'Neill came in. It was a lovely man, but he walks in and just buys you a beer straight away. And suddenly I was out drinking again. Andy looks like he's been there. Have you been in that situation?
Chris O'Neill is not a guy you want when you're trying to have a piece of quiet. He's a lovely dude. Bundle of energy.
Yes, he walked in and sat next to me, just bought me a beer. I was like, okay, we'll go again. And
I saw him. He was at Black Market 2 days ago, I think. I saw him, and he was in the bar, and he's been like, "Oh, I'll get a beer." And then he saw Anna, my girlfriend, and he's like, "Oh, you're lovely." And I started chatting to her.
I was into about 11 o'clock last year, 11 in the morning. It's, oh, do you want a beer? Of course, it's 11 in the morning, dude. Can't but no, he's the spirit of the Fringe.
I did a show for him, actually. I did the Full Irish on. It might have been Tuesday, I think. Maybe Monday. And it was just so busy. It was like Whistle Binkies. It's got like over 60 people in there at 11 in the morning. And they're all up for it.
It's the brand, isn't it? He's been doing that show for years, I think.
None of the crowd are Irish.
No.
Most of the acts weren't Irish.
No, there's a very tenuous link, isn't he?
He's Irish, so that helps.
And
it was a really good gig. I had lots of people who came to my show that day who said they'd seen me that morning. I even had like an American who probably thinks he's Irish, who selfie videoed me and him doing 2 shots because he wanted one of my songs because he wanted to send it home and show them what was going on at the Fringe. That's the kind of thing. That's what the Fringe is about, really.
It is, isn't it? It's these little moments of There's a lady yesterday. I was on the phone to my mum, and there's this lady who stole my phone off me, and she spoke to me and she goes, "It's a great show."
That's
nice, isn't
it?
That's
sweet.
It is.
That's
She's watching Quiz at the moment, just with us for Twizzle playing, and she's very sweet. But I was very proud of that moment. So yeah.
I say, Fizzle's dad is flying for him.
I know,
involved,
and they're sharing a flat as well. But, that's again, that's all part of the spirit of the Fringe, isn't it?
It is.
So day 6, all going to plan. I'm intrigued to see how, if I meet up again at day 20, to see how we'll be feeling. But have you got? Do you ever walk into a room and just go, "This isn't going to work today," or do you instantly feel they're my crowd? Or
I had one Tight Tens like that because although Tight Tens has been full every single day, there was one day and I went in and I sort of talked, and they were all very polite, but they were very muted. And then I did my song, and I think it was Selfie Stick, and they clapped. You know, I could see they were joining in, but they weren't exactly rolling in the aisles. And then I thought, well, maybe it's just me. And then 4 acts later, they're still kind of a little bit muted, and you're like, they're all chuckling, but they haven't got loud enough for it to be contagious. So it's just been a bit like, the energy seems low, even though everyone's tried everything here, and they're great acts. So it's not that, it was just a vibe. And then another day, it's just like my own solo show. There was one day where I've had less than 10 people. I had 9, and the energy was incredible. We were screaming the house down, and like the bucket was really good, and everyone had a great time. So you do get a feel for it within a second. Of course, and also like Tight Tense Today, I went in, I stuck the first line of my song, and they're not only doing the bits I've told them to join in with, by the end they're all singing most of it. Like they're singing the entire chorus, and I'm like, okay, you've been listening, haven't you? You've got all the words, not just the easy ones.
Oh, lovely.
So you get a good vibe for that.
So it's mostly coming to plan, isn't it? So
I'd say most of it is definitely getting to plan.
That's good to know. So any tips for any first-time fringers and how to survive this fringe that we're doing now? If they're coming up next year, for example,
read my blog.
Read your blog. Okay, where can you find that blog?
You can find it on andyquirk.co.uk. Because last year when I did Mirthquake, which was my first show, I kept a blog every day about what it was like and who you meet and the pressures and the things that go wrong, and then at the end I published a massive like spreadsheet with line graphs and everything, the amount of people, the amount of bucket compared to the days, compared to who was on. And I know because I put that, and that was like I built that little guide for if you're going to do the fringe, what it'll cost you and how you'll never make anything back, and especially on a 3-man first show, of course. And the hits, like normally my blog gets a couple of hundred, and it's had about 3,000 hits, those articles. And I'm doing the same this year. And people will be able to compare and contrast, like your first show where you're with 2 mates and you're all sharing and you're all sleeping on each other's floors and whatnot, compared to running your own show and a compilation show. So you've gone that one sort of step further into the murk, and how that compares. So read my blog, because there's some good stuff on there.
Valuable advice. So quick chance to plug all your shows again. Have you got a flyer to wave at all? Of course you have.
So this is Clash of the Tight Tens. This is you'll be beside yourself with the Trident tested material. It's a show which has people doing 10-minute spots previewing from their actual shows. Most of them I've put on in London. So it's mainly Londoners, but there are also some locals who've joined.
It's a lovely London show as well. I've done it in London. It's a cracking show.
So we got that, and it's not then people, because I do bare jokes down there. That's one to look out for in London. And then my own solo show, which is Andy Quirk's Got First World Problems, which is a comedy rap show, which is interactive. You join in every song in some way, shape, or form, and I count down my top 7 first world problems with video and all kinds of stuff. And we've got disco lights and now a backing dancer, which is great.
Wow, okay.
So it's pretty full on, and it's very noisy. And it's great fun. And as you've said, it's not like I'm trying to be Jay-Z or something.
No.
There's a lot of genres I skip around. I spoof a lot of different genre because I'm just a massive pop fan, and so anything from the 80s through to like 90s new metal, all the way through to some really like modern kind of. I've got the latest one actually is dubstep, which is like mixed with UK garage, so bringing both ends of the spectrum together. So it's a bit of something for everyone, and generally everyone has a really good time doing it. So join the crew. 6:25 Black Market.
6:25. This should be early next week, so still a good week and a half to see the show as well. So please do.
Not Wednesdays.
Not Wednesdays. Okay, not Wednesdays. You're out of the city. You're detoxing. Somehow. Well, cheers. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.